Shalom, shalom, family. The topic of discussion for this week is the world would be a better place if only. Man can dream, can he? You get ready to see why I said that. Let me see what we talking about. We're going to start with the book of Sirach, chapter 19, verses 6 through 17. And we're going to get it straight from the Good News Translation so we can just go for the clarity. For everybody can understand what's being read. If you somebody, what they call it, a King James only, or something you need it from the King James, feel free to pull it up on your laptop. Or if you got the Apocrypha, a physical copy at home, go ahead and turn to 19. And we're going to go from verse 6 to verse 17. Let's go. Good News Translation, they titled it Loose Talk. Verse 6, avoid idle talk, and you will avoid a lot of trouble. We could really stop right there. That's the basis of all of this. End all be all, but let's continue on to get a little bit more on it. Verse 7, never repeat what you hear, and you will have no regrets. Verse 8, don't tell it to your friends or your enemies, unless it would be sinful to keep it to yourself. Verse 9, whoever hears you will take note of it, and sooner or later will hate you for it. Verse 10, and I've seen that happen before. Like, people will sit there and receive the gossip from people who is like known gossipers, and they'll sit there and listen to them and let them go ahead and put somebody's business out there and stuff like that. But you can even kind of like see the disdain in these people's faces. Even though this person think that they doing a good thing by doing all that telling and gossiping and stuff like that, people is in the back of their mind like, shoot, if you talk about that person like that, you won't know none of my business. You can put my stuff out there like that. But yeah, eventually, sooner or later, they will hate you for it. They might even listen to what you got to say. It might even benefit from what you got to say. But just know that they thinking less of you, if that's all you known for doing, being a gossip and a talebearer all over the place. Verse 10, have you heard a rumor? Let it die with you. Be brave. It won't make you explode. Verse 11, a foolish person trying to keep a secret suffers like a woman in labor. Verse 12, anytime he hears a secret, it is like an arrow stuck in his leg. Like, he just gotta get it out. He just gotta say something. He just can't keep it to himself. Can't keep quiet. Verse 13, if you hear that a friend has done something wrong, ask him about it. Have a conversation. Communication is key. Maybe it isn't true. People do be lying. If it is true, maybe you won't do it again. Y'all talked about it. Verse 14, if you hear that a neighbor has said something he shouldn't, ask him about it. Maybe he didn't say it. Once again, people be lying. If he did, he won't say it again. Verse 15, if you hear something bad about a friend, ask him about it. It might be a lie. Don't believe everything you hear. Verse 16, a person may say something carelessly and not really mean it. Everyone has sinned in this way at one time or another. Let's read that again. Everyone has sinned in this way at one time or another. I'm going to go ahead and raise my hand because I know I have. I don't know everybody else, y'all. Want to be honest with yourself? Go ahead and be honest with yourself. Want to be delusional? Go ahead and do that too. I'm just reading. I'm just here to read. This is verse 17. If you hear something that makes you angry with your neighbor, ask him about it before you threaten him. Leave the matter to the law of the Most High. That's wisdom right there. Let that sink in. Now let's go to Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 21, verses 25 through 28. Good News Translation. Verse 25. Presumptuous people talk about things that are none of their business, but the wise will consider the consequences of what they say. Now, this verse coming up is one of my favorite verses in the whole Bible. Hands down. Fools say whatever come to mind. Wise people think before they speak. Verse 27. When a wicked person curses his enemy, or Satan, it says in parentheses, he is cursing himself. I don't know about y'all, but I know I heard a whole bunch of people like the I don't want to say the majority, but a lot of the people that I've heard running around talking about the devil's a liar, the devil's a liar, they be devils their own self. And this verse just backs that up. Let's read it again. When a wicked person curses his enemy or Satan, he is cursing himself. Not saying everybody that say that is like that, but there's a lot of folks that be doing a lot of devilish stuff, and the first thing they say a lot of times when you confront them on the BS that they did or the foolishness that they did, that's the first thing come on. The devil is a liar. Yeah, so are you. Straight like that. But anyway, this is verse 28. A gossip ruins his own character, and everyone in the neighborhood hates him. In the King James Version, they say a gossip is hated wherever a whisperer, and they translate as a gossip, is hated wherever he goeth. And that's the way that it should be. But in this world that we live in now, where though everything been turned upside down, gossipers and talebearers is some of the most popular people in the world. This whole podcasts and radio shows and TV shows where people don't do nothing but sit around and gossip. And the thing about it, people used to blame gossip on women and say a whole lot of women do a whole bunch of gossiping. But I'm here to tell you, I don't even got to be here to tell you. You can look anywhere and see it yourself. Guys nowadays be gossiping just as much, if not more than women. And they be getting paid just as much to sit there and do it. And they got just as big of an audience sitting there watching them gossip. But, man, like I said, this is upside down. It's not the way that things should be. But even back in those days, this Proverbs 18:8, Good News Translation says, gossip is so tasty. How we love to taste it. But that's not the way that things should be, man. Like, I just propose that, there's a thing out saying, make America great again. I propose that we make the whole world great again by returning to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High in the way that he said we should do things. Let me put up on the screen one of my other favorite verses. Y'all go ahead and check that out. Meditate on it. Okay. And with that being that, I think we good for this week. We was a little long last week, so making up for it this week with a nice short and to the point. Most High bless and keep each and every one of y'all. And prayerfully we'll get together again real soon. Have a blessed Passover if y'all celebrate observing it. Excuse me, this week. Allergy season. I've been bragging that I haven't been affected. Not even bragging, but I've been celebrating with myself that I haven't been affected, but I just felt that little tickling. Prayerfully that's not a sign of things to come. I'm going to go ahead and get some of my little home remedies up in me. And with that being said, love each and every one of y'all. And prayerfully we get together again soon. I think I already said that, but that little cough threw me off. Hopefully it won't throw y'all off. All right now. Shalom.